What's the name of the order?
Maybe I'm insane for you, yeah.
Alright, so today we're going to be talking about the do's and don'ts of, drumroll please, your wedding!
What? You're
Yay!
married? Congrats.
Congratulations, you're married, you're thinking about getting married, you're not even getting married, but you just love binge watching these videos. We get it. And we are here to tell you all the do's and don'ts of that day. And watch till the end because we're going to be answering some of our followers' questions about all things weddings.
We are?
So, we are. First don't is don't skip out on a DJ. Okay, this, again, take everything we say with a grain of salt. We're obviously not professionals, but we've been married and so we
went through a wedding.
We kind of know how it goes. The DJ takes care of your walk down song, your reception music. If he feels like things, like people are getting kind of bored, guests don't know what to do, he can play some music. Mm-hmm. He really is basically like another coordinator, and he just helps so much.
He announces things sometimes too.
He announces things. Let's say you have like a timeline, which you should have a timeline. Mm-hmm. He announces.
Forget that.
Yeah, don't forget that. He announces what happens, and so I feel like a DJ is a good thing to spend a little bit of money on.
Yeah. And
some people say, you know, well, my family member can just DJ, which is fine. That totally works. But there's just certain DJs have packages that you can purchase, and each package has different levels of what they'll do.
There's levels to this.
Obviously, not everyone can afford one.
Just sign me up, because I know everything. Like, I've been through it. I got Fire Music, Lil Baby,
Whatever
YB.
you want. So yeah, if you can afford a DJ, get one. If not, find someone who can do all of those things that we just mentioned. Mm-hmm. Okay, first do.
Hire a wedding coordinator.
Yes.
Oh my. Okay, but you do need a wedding coordinator because, at least for ours, she was literally the saving mother trucker.
Angel sent
savior.
What'd you like about having a wedding coordinator?
Well, like, after every single thing, she would come up to us and be like, hey, we got this next, when you guys want this to happen, blah, 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 we want this, blah, blah. And, like, sometimes we wouldn't even know what's even going to go down, but she'd come up and, like,
she would let us know.
Okay, we're, like, 5 minutes behind, but we're going to step this next thing up a little bit.
Yes.
It was perfect.
And, like, a lot of people are worried. Like, everyone tells upcoming brides and groomsmen, like, or grooms, I mean, that they're not gonna have time to eat. Like, oh my gosh,
I'm gonna eat.
Don't even plan on eating, like, you're not gonna have time, yada yada. With a coordinator, listen, we were the first people to eat. We had a taco bar, and we got all the food we wanted. We're chilling. She took care of everything. Now, our wedding venue included a wedding coordinator. Obviously, not all venues will, and they will be a bit pricey. Also, I'd like to make a little disclaimer that we're talking about, when we say all of these things, we're talking about a traditional 150 plus people, because with elopements, it's going to be a lot different, and you won't need all of these things. Yeah. This is for more of the traditional wedding vibe. Next, don't
spend a fortune on florals.
Florals? Yes, don't spend a freaking fortune on florals.
Flowers. Everyone loves to sniff the flowers until they can't be sniffed.
Yes.
That's a quote I heard.
Seriously, like, people will admire the flowers for a little bit, and then they're gonna die. Freaking.
That was really dark.
Unless you preserve all of your freaking flowers, they're gonna die. And yeah, it's nice to have, like, pretty flowers, real flowers or whatever, but they're so expensive.
They're way more expensive.
Guess how much they cost?
10 racks.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Like, I'm being for real. They're like thousands of dollars. So expensive, not necessary. Fake florals, if you get them from the right place. I ordered I ordered my bouquet and my bridesmaids' bouquets off of Etsy. I'll link it down below in the description box.
Again, you can hit us up for florals too. I'll pick the flowers.
I'll pick them too. That's another thing you can do. You can actually pick flowers. There's so many different alternatives that are way less expensive. So don't splurge on florals unless you absolutely have the money and it's just like, I need real flowers. Okay, next do rent decor. instead of buying decor. Now, this might not be something that a lot of people think about, but if you look at, the arches, the tablecloths, the chairs, the tables, the freaking lights, it adds up so fast.
Sorry. But seriously though, on a serious note, you don't want to spend a bunch of money that you're only going to use a couple times in your life.
Yeah.
So renting it would be, in our opinion, a better option.
Just our opinion. I get, like, buying little things like lights and, like, little stuff that you want, but, like, the bigger things, like the art and stuff, if you can rent it or make it yourself, you're going to save so much more money.
So much. Don't allow phones during the ceremony.
Do not allow phones during the ceremony.
Tell them.
Like, just don't let them be on. Like, have a cute little sign. Have you ever seen those signs where it's, like, a no phone ceremony or an unplugged ceremony? Because, first of all, pictures, right? You don't want your photographer to be taking pictures and there's phones in the freaking frame. Like, that ruins the picture, and freaking, like, phones going off. Like, you can have your DJ or your officiant make an announcement before the ceremony begins.
Yeah.
Like, no phones during the ceremony. It disrupts everything.
Everything.
I spilled the shake on my shirt. Anyways, next
do splurge for a decent videographer / photographer.
Photographer.
And this is true because these pictures for your wedding, you're gonna have them for the rest of your life.
You're having for the rest of your life, and this is one of the most important days of your life. I feel like if it's something you've been really wanting to do,
Yeah.
you're gonna want to capture these moments and keep them forever. And if you just have like a family member who has no experience in videography or photography whatsoever,
They might do good, but they're not gonna do as good as
they're
a
not going to do as
professional
good.
photographer.
And you want quality photos, quality videos, and then you can look back on and be like, oh my
Videos
gosh.
are really cool too.
Yeah, videos, I highly suggest getting a videographer. We have nothing against like one of your family members or close
No, not at
friends
all.
like capturing your moment, but if you can find at least someone who knows something, hire them for your wedding. The next don't. This might be a little controversial.
Don't say it.
Now, this is what we personally did for our wedding, and I don't regret the decision at all.
No.
But here it is. Don't allow children under a certain age to attend.
Ooh.
At least not during the ceremony. Now,
I
let
agree.
us tell you why.
Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Because I've been to multiple beautiful weddings, and then there's these kids having a lot of fun, which is amazing, but then they are loud when the lady's walking down or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at least for us, like if that's happened to us,
We're starting over. We're kicking
we're
them out.
starting over, we're gonna have to do what we have to do.
We're gonna have to do what we have to do. Like, I put it on our wedding invitations, like, no children under yada yada age allowed. And it's like, I'm sorry, like, if you guys can't attend, you can't find a babysitter. I feel like most people, like, they want to have a little getaway. They
Yeah.
don't want to bring their kids to a wedding.
Exactly.
Kids don't belong at a wedding. They cry, they scream, they're
But-
messy, they break stuff.
But to each their own, and if you want your whole family to be there,
Yeah, absolutely.
and everyone else's whole family to be there, that's awesome.
Some people don't care. Some people want the little kids to, it's so cute having them, like, dance around at the reception. It's totally a personal choice. We personally chose not to have kids, and we don't regret the decision. And some
But-
people had kids and don't regret that decision either. So it's just a personal choice. But for this video,
we would hate for a kid or something to make a loud noise when your wife is walking down.
for the sake of this video, we're gonna say don't have kids under a certain age. Okay. The next,
Do have a backup plan in case of weather. This
or
is true.
anything.
And this could be something that we might have messed up on. Maybe.
No, I don't think we did.
But it could have been.
It could have been a mess up.
So at our wedding, it was really windy.
And it wasn't windy at first. It wasn't supposed to be windy.
It wasn't supposed to be windy. But luckily it all went pretty good. But if there was like a severe rainstorm or something that wasn't on the forecast and that hit, it's really nice to have a backup plan to be like, hey, let's go inside. We have this spot inside we could do it at.
Exactly. Like, our venue had an indoor and an outdoor, which is so nice. We were originally wanting to do the reception outside, but it was cold. We didn't want our guests to be uncomfortable, so
Yeah.
we did it. We moved everything inside.
That's true.
Our ceremony was outside, though.
Ceremony was outside, and that felt like it went by in 30 seconds.
It goes by so fast. So just have a backup plan in case anything goes wrong, God forbid,
Yeah.
or, you know, you just need a backup plan. So, yeah. All right, this is the last do.
Yep.
You want to do the honors?
Yeah, I do.
The last
I do.
You do?
I don't. Do write your own personal vows.
Yes.
And we're not even saying you got to say it out in front of everybody.
Yeah.
We did it, and I was actually kind of nervous a little bit.
I was nervous too. I'm not a huge, like, what's the word? Public speaker. Yes. But I think regardless if you say them in front of everyone, if you say them in person, if you just hand each other a letter, there's so many different ways you can write personal vows.
Yeah, agreed.
I think you should do it. It's super intimate and sentimental.
An idea that I really liked, that what we probably would have done if we didn't do it in front of everyone, is personal. The personal ones you were talking
vows,
about.
yeah.
Like, you could do it after everyone leaves and stuff, and you two are just sitting in there. I feel like that'd be very special.
That's so special. And you won't regret it. It's super special. Your partner will love it. You'll love it. Just do the vows.
Do them. Just do them and don't complain.
Okay. And the last and final don't.
Which is the most important one of them all.
Yes. So important. Don't forget to do, like, don't do this.
Don't do this. Are we gonna say it?
Don't stress about every little detail. Do not stress about every little detail. Say it again.
Don't stress about every little detail. Okay, it doesn't matter when you're eating din din. It doesn't matter when you're gonna walk down the aisle. It does, but it doesn't matter who showed up to the wedding.
No.
Whoever showed up rocks with you. You know what I'm saying?
And whoever didn't, they probably
They
either don't rock
they
with
really
you,
don't love you, or they just
or they had a really good reason not to come. Don't stress on this day. You only have one of these days, hopefully, and you want this to go perfectly. I know you want it to go perfectly. You don't want
Yeah.
anything to go wrong. But, well,
what's gonna happen is gonna happen.
whatever is gonna be is gonna be. I promise. If you don't stress about it, it's gonna go a lot more smoothly. No one's gonna remember all these tiny details. No one's gonna remember if one of your bouquets was like missing a flower. Were you mocking me that whole time?
No.
The point is, don't stress. This is your day. This is your day to have fun, to let loose, enjoy friends and family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why'd you do that?
My intrusive thoughts. One. That is the end of our do's and don'ts, and now we're gonna get into some questions.
We hope these do's and don'ts help you out.
Number 1
Is planning a wedding expensive? Yes. Depends.
Depends.
It really does depend.
It depends.
Overall, it is expensive though.
I mean, it depends on what kind of wedding you want. Like, if you're gonna elope, it's still gonna cost some money, but if you want
That's
like a
true.
traditional wedding, it is gonna cost some moolah, some
Moolah.
cheddar. But weddings can be expensive. They can be anywhere from $2,000 to 200
50
grand.
grand.
More than that.
250 grand.
Some wedding dresses cost 50 grand. Damn. Yeah, so weddings can be expensive. What was one thing you would have done different?
One thing I would have done different is I would have talked to Mother Nature and been like, hey, can you cool the wind down just a little bit? I'm trying to jump in the pond and like swim around.
Yeah, if we could control that, that's the one thing we would do differently. But everything else, I feel like it was perfect.
Yeah.
It was really,
It was really awesome, and it was
super awesome.
if I could relive one night, that would be the night.
Me too. Okay, okay, this is gonna be the last question. What was one thing that you did differently that you absolutely loved? I know what I'm gonna say. Do you know what you're gonna
Let me
say?
see what I'm gonna say. Give me.
I absolutely loved that we did a private last dance.
Right? Good one.
So traditionally, everyone watches the bride and groom have their final last dance before there's a send-off. What we did is we had our coordinator gather everyone outside and get prepared for the sparkler send-off. And while they were doing that, it was just me, my husband, and the videographer and photographer. And they only stayed there to just capture
For like
a few shots.
a minute, and then we had the rest of the time by ourselves.
We had the rest of the time to just really soak in what just happened. We just got freaking married. Like, we had that time.
Oh, mind blown.
Mind blown. We had that time to just really
Swim.
just be together, and it was so awesome.
special.
So that's something that we did differently that I loved.
And for mine, it's kind of not even really about the wedding.
Really?
It's about after the wedding. What I'm happy that we did is instead of going straight on our honeymoon right after, we had a place rented out like literally right down the street
Oh my gosh.
to where we could just go back there, sleep. It's a really nice condo, big room.
So nice. It was an Airbnb, wasn't it?
It was an Airbnb, yeah, it was super nice. And then we were able to sleep, rest, relax, get up, and go.
Then head out. Oh my gosh, I love that. I highly suggest staying somewhere like close in proximity.
It'll be really nice.
It'll be super nice. Wow.
Wow, we just dropped a
We
bomb.
gave some good do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
If you have any other questions, please comment them below. We can make a video about it. We can answer you. We love this. We love
Yeah.
it. It's what we do.
100%.
So,
Without further ado.
like, subscribe. Like, subscribe. We love you guys. We hope you love us. And we cannot wait to make future videos. Speaking of all this wedding stuff, do's and don'ts, at the end of this video, you can go ahead and check out what our wedding looked like because we will have our wedding video linked so you guys can watch it.
Click on that. We love you guys.
We love you guys and we hope you enjoyed this. Peace.
We out.
I've been low, say yeah I know. When lows are going past me by, so pass me by. Don't ask me why yet. Hey.